Welcome to the Thunderdome!
I don't like where this is going.
2 men enter, 1 man leaves! Alright.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Sounds good to me. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Well, welcome to Final Fantasy VII. I have not apparently experienced the greatest RPG of all time.
I've seen a good amount of people actually put it in their tidbits with what they think about the game. Both the people who played the original Final Fantasy VII and who loved it, and then the one who played it or may have seen it will go like, yeah, it's a game, alright, and then played this game. So far I've heard a good amount of praise where they say this game is worth playing all through and through, whether if you're a fan or not. Only one person, Donkey, has said something about like, I don't like this game.
Yeah, and he nearly got crucified off the internet for it, apparently.
I feel bad for him. How dare someone on the internet have a different intentional feeling have you on a game that you have, just so you can go on the internet and validate yourself that everyone has to agree with you. Otherwise, they deserve to be canceled.
Welcome to 2020, baby! It's all down from here.
Oh boy, oh boy.
Or is it up?
You know, it's sad. As much as I was absolutely loving Final Fantasy 15, everything else kind of piled up and I stopped playing it. I kind of want to get back to it. And now here's Final Fantasy 7 going in big sword energy.
The bigger the sword is, the bigger the energy. No compensation.
Don't say it like that. This is a semi-kids game.
Only oh. Welcome to Boston 2050. No, wait, Brooklyn.
Welcome to Bidet. Oh no. Ooh, a cafe, perfect. I just hope you can still cook in this game, because I think I've seen 0 things about cooking. In fact, I would assume this probably isn't.
Yeah. I want to see Breath of the Wild styled cooking. Man, these kids are going around like they're in the 1930s. This is weird.
Kinda, yeah. The clothing and that hat right there actually really stuck out. Well, I guess it kind of makes sense, because this whole town is kind of supposed to be like an old urban kind of town, ain't it?
I believe so. I could be wrong. I don't want to, you know, talk and like immediately shove my head up my ass with something I say.
Well, compared to like almost every other Final Fantasy game with how they like stack up and everything, like some of the older ones, like especially 6, they're all like kind of like in a I wouldn't say medieval, but you know, there's like castles and like brick houses and stuff. So it's like that, and then this is like an industrial kind of city here. I
don't think all the Final Fantasy games follow the same timeline, but I have noticed that over the years they've like progressively, you know, their settings are more futuristic.
I swear, I think each and every one of this is that there's some sort of like space traveling or something that's like not explained, and that's the reason why you still get like all of these species that comes from one Final Fantasy game to another. Like the Final Fantasy 12 with the Vieras, the bunny girls, and how they're still around in Final Fantasy like 14.
Yeah. Oh, actually I think I remember, now that you mentioned that, Angry Joe said like, he did point out that they did a big sort of change up on the plot at the end.
I cannot spoil it. I did actually get a little bit into spoiler territory just because, again, it's one of those, like, I know the game, I've had a friend play it through, and I was curious, but that doesn't stop me from, if I want to get the game and play it myself, I'll play it myself.
Yeah. That's understandable. I mean, this is going to be like a... God, how many parts of this game is probably going to come out? You think? Like, 4 separate parts, and it's probably going to extend over to the PS5?
Sorry, give me a second.
Oh. Man, that's pretty. Jesus Christ. Welcome to Mordor 2077.
Wait the fuck up, samurai. We have a city to burn.
Hey, it's your boy. Got the whole squad here.
Get down here, Merc.
Right away with dramatic introduction. Huh. Man, look at that. Spent all these years on it and definitely shows. God, that's gorgeous. Alright.
Halt! Who goes there?
You're up.
It's such a strange mixture of clothing and cultures here. Press square, hold square to unleash an attack capable of... Okay.
You're coming with us.
Don't think so.
First blood.
Hey! That was fast. We gotta level up that fast. Man! Cannot get over this. So good.
Who in the hell? Hands where I can see him.
I wonder if they're gonna re-release this on PlayStation 5.
Have fun.
Alright. ATV gauge,
Freeze! Move and we shoot.
Go ahead.
You can expend ATB gauge charges to perform battle commands such as abilities, magic, or items. Press X and try using one of these commands.
Enough of this.
Abilities... Braver. Sure, why not?
Oh, sorry.
Ah, dang it. Well, I'm an idiot.
Let's go.
Sir, yes sir. Checking out data out of battle. Okay. When that move character will... Alright. Connecting passage, blah blah blah. The main menu can access through. Okay. Let's see. Club, Braver, Focused. Alright. Do I manually level myself up, or does it automatically choose my stats? We'll deal with it later.
Fuck the police coming straight from the underground.
Oh, Cloud, you rule breaker.
Drop the weapon.
You got
Screw
this.
those tickets.
Yeah, what he said.
Gee, thanks. The Vade.
You're coming with us. Can't
No.
get surrounded. Nope. Let's do this. It's over.
Okay.
Okay, sorry about that. Family decided to talk.
Hey, it's all good.
Was never in doubt.
Alrighty, so what the heck did I miss? I know we were talking about how the urban style of the game and everything led me to believe it's a urban game.
Yeah, it's I don't know, between these guards and people walking around, it is such a weird mix of like 1930s culture and then future culture.
Hmm.
Press triangle to
Well, I would almost say I guess probably the best thing would be put is Final Fantasy 15 being a little bit more in the modernized for everything, but even then, like especially the first couple of chapters, starting off area, you're like kind of living in a desert with like trailer parks to use as rest stops while you're driving a car. A fucking car in Final Fantasy that you drive.
Well, drive is maybe giving it a little too much credit. I don't think you really controlled it much, did you? Moogle metal. Man, it's such a gorgeous game.
Sorry, they just came in randomly again. What was that?
Oh, I said being able to
So
drive
what's
the car
Soldier Boy
seems like
feel?
a
Is he
strong
one of us
word.
now? He's cut balls.
Yeah, it's kind of more like on
what was his
autopilot
name
with
again?
maybe you can press left or right to go into a different direction, but you know, it is what it is.
He's a professional.
Yeah.
Unlike the rest of us.
Why do I keep getting a
I'm glad
message
to
on
have
Twitch saying welcome to the chat room? It's like happening once every 2 to
This
3
is
minutes.
a one-time gig. When it's done, we're
I have
You're
4
extra
different
welcome.
messages saying welcome to the chat room. I get it. I'm here. Please stop telling me. Thank you.
Welcome to the Thunderdome!
Here we go.
I don't like where this is going.
2 men enter, 1 man leaves!
Guess I'm not on the same page as people.
I'm anything but a man, so does that disqualify me?
Enough.
I think it makes you the prize.
You know, considering what's gonna happen here with Cloud and what he has to do to dress up and everything, I don't like where this is going even more.
And your prize today is...
Cloud wearing a dress.
Because who doesn't like a little cross-dressing?
Come on.
I
Nobody
feel
do
like this
something
game was
crazy
ever
just
so
for
slightly,
money.
like even like maybe
They may
2%.
not think you're a true
No,
believer,
but
you know what I
being
feel?
pushed by, yeah, because with the wildness of like karaoke and dancing and everything. So the Final Fantasy's like, you know what, that sounds wacky and stupid, but people love it, so let's put it in Final Fantasy.
You know what, we could do it even better.
I will say it looks goddamn gorgeous. I've seen a lot of the dance and the music, listening to it. It's really good.
I know, right? Man, part of me's bummed out that I never
better
did get
be
to...
worth the money, Merc. Every last gill.
Okay, sir. Jeez. But yeah, I feel bummed out that I never got to kind of jump in on the experience of playing Final Fantasy when I was little. Because I always did one to PlayStation 1, and it was always just one of those...
There it is. There it is.
Oh.
There's the shot. There's the shot.
There's our thumbnail! Alrighty. Yep, they just had to do it.
You know, the sad thing is that I know I won't be able to see the complete graphicality of how this game is going to look because I only have a base PS4. But I know even then it's still going to look as gorgeous as it could be.
Yeah.
I still heard like some rumors that apparently people might be thinking that they're going to port this over to the PC after about a year or two, kind of like how they did with 15.
Yeah.
I mean, think of it this way. They already got most of the games of Final Fantasy over on the PC already from like 10, 10/2, 12, 14 obviously, and all that. So I can only imagine how long it's going to be until that comes out. Or they'll first do like a PS5 version of this game, and then they'll do PC.
Oh, they're gonna have to do the PS5 version of this game because it's probably gonna... Oh, the next parts have to come out on PS5.
I feel like if they're gonna do that and they're gonna keep working on this, that also brings up, be like, okay, how long did it take just for them to bring out this part? How many years since they've been teasing since PS3 being released? And now
God.
PS4 at the end of the life cycle. Here's Midgar. Okay, cool. What are we gonna get in the open field? How long is that gonna take?
Pretty much. It's like, sorry guys, we made you wait a while.
It's like, cool, just part 1. Here comes part 2 on the PS9.
Wait, what?
Where now the entire game is 100% in VR in a room. I lost my train of thought, just because I went so wild and crazy with everything I was thinking, and I was just thinking top of my head, be like, no, Square wouldn't do something like that, and then I remember, wait, yes they would.
People look at Kingdom Hearts 3 like 7 years ago. God,
I
was
like
meaning
Kingdom
to get
Hearts
on
3,
that.
but man, I felt so freaking disappointed by Kingdom Hearts 3. And here comes Final Fantasy 7, which I barely have any nostalgia for, and seeing how much better it's doing.
They definitely knocked it out of the ballpark. The only thing that's weirded me out is just the way this gameplay is.
It's...
This way.
I like it, but at the same time, it's like, am I playing right? I don't know.
Not so fast. We've got
Well,
company.
I guess the only way you'd be playing wrong is if you die, so...
Well, what game was it? When I was playing Xenoblade Chronicles X or whatever on the Wii U, I felt like I was playing that game wrong the whole time. It just plays so awkwardly to me. Because, I don't know, just having to press one button and walk around the character while they're idly attacking. You're not aiming really, you're not doing any extra input, just is so bizarre to me.
But it looks cool though.
It does, but at the same time I was also doing so little damage that I'm like, this feels wrong. Am I too weak or something?
You know, that's probably exactly how it's gonna feel when you face the bosses and everything. I've seen the completionists doing this little gauntlet where you face like 5 of these really hard bosses in a row, and each one of them can take like up to 10 to 15 minutes to kill or something like that.
Oh god.
Like, no joke. And if you lose like on like round 4 or 5, then you gotta start back over and do another 60 minutes just to get back where you were.
Yeah. The other thing was like with Monster Hunter, you know, being a new time player to that and the hunt takes like 15 to 30 minutes, it's like, that was such an awkward feeling just because I'm not used to having to focus on something that takes that long.
I guess it kind of helps with me being as thankful as I was when Taylor showed me how to like play the game and everything on the Wii with the Monster Hunter Tri. It got me used to like how the whole game was and everything. So when like the other games or iterations or even World came out, I was already used to how the whole game plays. But
yeah,
man, I just feel the satisfaction of doing that. So I'm wondering, with how I usually play RPGs and how I usually handle them from like either Kingdom Hearts or a Final Fantasy game or just like the old RPGs I play, knowing just how long that the one on 7 here does it in real time with the APT system as everything, I just want to know how satisfying it feels with my own hand controller playing through it. I can only imagine it's like a way different from sitting back and watching someone else do it.
Yeah.
That and also I want to swing biggie sword go.
Yeah. Once you do realize that that's kind of how the game's supposed to be, it's like, oh, okay, I'm not supposed to be able to kill these monsters in, you know, just a certain amount of hits within like 2 minutes.
Attack on command, but I hear they make good guard dogs too.
I still find it funny that, as everyone else already pointed this out, I can't believe they took a game and this one part of the game that's originally 6 hours, maybe at most, to about 40 plus hours with so much side quests and shit going on.
I know, right?
Or is he a loyal little
And they did
Honestly,
it well, apparently.
Have it your way, mud.
Allegedly
We can
did
do
it
this
well,
with you,
but
or we
did
can do
they?
this without
You tell me, person who never played Final
Different
Fantasy
reactor,
7
different
before.
layout. Depends when it was built.
Well,
You know, actually, I will say I've actually did play a little bit of Final Fantasy 7, but that's because I played it on Steam.
yeah.
I played a good amount of it where I was already out of Midgar and shit, but I do remember the parts that I've played and really enjoying what I did, even as old of a game as it was. At least I don't have to worry about switching that freaking boot disc on my PC when I gotta go, oh, you gotta insert disc 2!
Damn.
then 3, then 4, then 5. God,
Who's there?
You
did
know,
you
I
ever
think
see on the 360 when they released Final Fantasy 13 and like Wolfenstein: The New Order on there? It was 5 or 6 separate discs.
That's my line.
I think I remember Lost Odyssey was on 4.
Yeah, I got that one, and I know that's on 4.
You know, I feel sad when I did have an Xbox One here. I did download it when it was like free for gold members, and I remember like the first 2 hours I was playing, it was really, really interesting. I was engaged into it, but again, it was one of those, oh, I put the game down, I played other games, I forgot it exists, and now I don't have an Xbox One. Now I can't experience it.
It's over.
Yeah.
Did you play it all the way through, or did you play some?
It's more like I was watching trailers and stuff to it, and I'm like, wow, this game looks so cool. And then I bought it, but
think
then
that's
I
probably
never played it.
I was one of those people too, that the whole combat system kind of looks cool, because like, it's not like action-based or anything, but it was like turn-based, but you can also put buttons commands so that it feels a little bit more immersive that way. Like if you did the attack just right, you press X right then and there, it does a little extra damage.
Yeah. And
Like kind of like, you know, like Paper Mario or whatever, that little time attacks. But it looks so cool because you see the wind up, you see the animation being played, and because it was kind of new to me to see like there's more than just 3 or 4 people in one set of area. You can see like the monsters all around you, surrounding you.
Yeah.
That looks so cool.
it definitely grabbed at me,
I
and
got this place covered.
man, there's so many JRPGs that I absolutely would play. I absolutely would. Lost Odyssey is definitely one that I got my eyes on.
I'll let you play that.
Last Remnant, all the Tales of games, really.
Have you played Symphonia yet? No?
Symphony? Oh, no. I've only played Tales of, little bits of Tales of Gilia and...
So, you know Tifa, right?
One other one.
It's not
Vesperia?
really my business, but
no,
are you guys
Gilia.
close?
Zelia, however you pronounce it.
Yeah, I know which one. I was thinking the second game was probably Vesperia, since that was like one of the newer ones and everyone got hyped for that one.
Yeah. Actually, when they showed that new one that's coming out at E3, I got super excited for that one. That one...
Excuse me. Was that the,
Are you
is that the one that's like having like all its DLC and everything? It's technically an old game, but it's coming to Switch, I think, with the DLC? Or is it like a new one?
Tifa.
No, it's a new one.
Gotcha.
Man, Barrett, why are you such a dick?
Well, I can absolutely recommend you to play Symphonia, as I still remember having good stuff. And there's a cooking mechanic in that game, so obviously that RPG is good because of that.
I think I have Symphonia somehow. I don't think I have
think it's on
GameCube.
It's on Steam for like $5. Oh, it was also on GameCube. It was also on 2 discs.
Oh, it was one of those games.
These sewer rats appear to call themselves Avalanche, sir.
You know, the sad thing is I haven't played that game
Currently investigating
a full
whether
playthrough
they
no more than
belong
once.
to the
But yeah,
same
here I'm
group.
be like, Skies of Arcadia, round number 23, let's go.
Rest assured.
This time,
our
for realsies, I'm gonna
inquiries
find
will not
all the
take much
discoveries.
longer.
Find 60%, defeat final boss. Okay, I'm good.
This pump's sole purpose is to drain
I
the
need to
planet
finally
dry
get onto
while you
it. This
sleep,
is one of those
while
games
you
as a
eat,
kid
while
that
you
mesmerized
sit.
me
It's
when I
here sucking up
saw
my
my brother playing it on
doesn't rest,
Dreamcast.
and it doesn't care.
Remind me, didn't you buy the
You do
GameCube version
realize
because I
what
told you
Mako
to?
is, don't you?
Yes, I found it at a
Mako
vintage
is
stock
the
and picked it
lifeblood
up
of our
finally.
world.
That's
The planet
amazing.
bleeds
You
green
absolutely have
like
to
you
play it.
and
I
me
will watch
red.
every single second of it, and
What's gonna happen when it's all
Uh,
gone, huh?
And you will judge
Now's
me.
not the time. No, I will only
You're gonna
judge you
stand
if you do
there
not play the
and
game within
pretend
the
you
next
can't hear the
week.
planet crying out in vain. You can.
You really hear that?
Damn straight I do.
Man, he's an inspirational speaker.
Get help. Inspirational speaker. Get help.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you over my angst.
I'd worry less about the planet and more about the next 5 seconds.
In this angle, it almost looks like a spot of like Cloud's hair is like completely black. I know it's just a shadow, but
Yeah, it actually does. Like the roots of it are.
yeah. This just in, Cloud dyes his hair.
Line now.
I knew it! Everyone from a
wasn't
boy
on
band
purpose.
has
You
to.
listening, Merc?
He wasn't a total blonde in the beginning. He dyed his hair continuously.
Well, so much for having Cloud do all the fighting. There are some places a sword just can't reach.
Yeah, one thing I picked up in this game that every single girl is super thirsty for Cloud.
Just bear with him for me, would you?
Yeah, look how close she's getting. Holy, oh my God, Jesse, pack up.
Should have asked for more money.
He only has enough room for one man.
You get this strong energy from Cloud that he just does not pick up on sexual innuendo, and it's so thickly around him. Oh. Hello, Barrett. Barrett specializes. Yeah.
Gonna throw your sword at him? Let the man with the gun.
I'm one of those people where if you got like a long range attack, especially if it's a gun, I would absolutely use that in a JRPG. So I would probably play as Barrett like a whole lot.
Yeah, I could totally get behind range fighting. I like that. Press. Yeah, it seems like I kind of have to use the triangle attack. That's all Square does. Come on. Wait. Ah, stop it.
Hey, no thanks.
Alright. Like how Cloud's just awkwardly walking around and circling it.
Yeah, that's like one single thing I picked up on a few people when they gave like legit criticism is that if you're not playing as a party member, their AI is a little bad. It's a little.
Only a wee bit.
Just a little. You know, like if you have a range attack and you're not playing as them, they will walk up right into front of the enemy and say, "Eat my lead," and then shove their gun into their mouth and then not shoot.